Hey YouTube, all things girly here, and today's video is going to be about like accidents. Okay, now when I was younger, I was rough. Like back then it was just me, my mom, and my two brothers. Oh my god, I was such a tomboy. Like, you would have thought my mom had three sons. Like, I used to wear my brother's clothes and everything when I'd be outside playing. I'd be running with the guys, hopping fences and everything else. Like, I was so rough. But I didn't really have too many accidents, like broken bones and stuff like that. Really, it was always my brother, the one, he's 2 years older than me. Like, he was always the one getting hurt for some reason. I don't know why, but the only thing that I could say that happened to me is, once we got older, and my mom started letting us stay at home by ourselves, she would go out to work or wherever, and we would just be in the house. And we were, I won't say that we're bad, but you know how little kids are. They get into stuff, especially when, their parents aren't around. So me and my brothers used to have a bunk bed, a wooden bunk bed. And when my mom left, we used to jump off the bunk bed. I don't know why. I don't know why. That's what we did. And we used to tie like sheets around our neck to pretend like it was like a cape and stuff. So when we would jump, it would kind of, you'd have that effect or whatever. So, we're jumping and everything is going good, except for the one time I jumped. Well, I fell before I was ready to jump, and I landed right on my wrist at 3 years old, you guys. 3 years old. And I broke my wrist. Oh my god. All I remember from that night was me just screaming at the top of my lungs. Like, I'm laying on the floor and I am screaming. And at that time, it just seemed to me like my mom just somehow knew I was in trouble and she heard my scream, because she just came right home, like right after that happened. I mean, looking back on it now, duh, she was already on her way home. But yeah. So then she was asking us what happened, and we told her, and she, had like a washcloth, like a warm cloth, and was wrapping it on my arm. And I'm just screaming. I'm still screaming and crying, and I'm saying my arm is broken, my arm is broken, not really knowing that. But I mean, what was I gonna say? It was sprained. Like, I didn't know nothing about that. It was broke to me. So I'm like, yeah, my arm is broken, my arm is broken. So we went to the hospital the next day. And when we went, my wrist was broken. And when we was, in the room, the doctor was wanting my mom to hold my arm so they could snap the bone back in place, and she didn't want to do it, so they had to bring the nurse in. And of course I was screaming and just carrying on. So then, you get a cast on. So I got a pink one, because pink is my favorite color. And we're leaving out the doctor's office, and I had the nerve to say, next time I want a purple one. Like, y'all, I don't know, but that just goes to show you how rough I was at 3 years old. Like, I was so rough. But I mean, I didn't have any sisters, so that's to be expected. Like, when you only are brought up around boys, like you only have brothers, you don't want to be by yourself playing, so you have to be rough if you want to play with them. So that's just kind of how it was. But yeah, I broke my wrist at 3 years old. When I tell people that story, they just be looking at me like, that is crazy. Because, you look around at most 3-year-olds now and you're just looking like, I can't imagine something like that happening. But yeah. We were just up to no good, doing stuff we wasn't supposed to be doing. And that's what happened. And then when I went to daycare, everybody signed my cast. And I had it for a long time too. Like in my room, I had this little shelf that my mom had put up, and it had all my stuffed animals, and it used to sit up there. I don't know what happened to it. But yeah. That's crazy. That is crazy. Like, and then just like for my mom, like I just want to know what it was like for her to like tell people this story, like to get on the phone and tell my aunts and stuff like that. Like that is like, that sounds crazy. Like, oh yeah, I just came home and you know, my 3-year-old daughter, she broke her wrist. Like what? I don't know. It's just crazy. But yeah. Yeah. Oh, I mean, well, yeah, that's the only time I really broke anything. But when I was a baby, my mom told me my father had bought me some shoes, but they were too big for me. And so when I would walk in them, I was kind of like stumbling. And so one time I hit my mouth on the coffee table, and it pushed my front tooth all the way back, and she had to rush me to the hospital. And then all they said was that I had to you know, to suck on a pacifier and it'll bring the tooth back up. Like that's all they could really do at that time. But I'll tell you something, I'm glad all that stuff happened when I was younger versus it happening now. Because even though I'm grown, I will be crying like a baby. Like if I broke my wrist or something like that happened to one of my teeth, like no, I'm so glad that happened way back in the day, because I told y'all I can't deal with that kind of stuff. I don't like pain, not like that. But yeah, I mean that's about it. It wasn't too bad. Like I said, my brother was the one that was always getting hurt, always. And I just remember this one day, him and my brother were running around the house, and my mom was having this party for my aunt, and somebody was coming in the front door, and it hit him in the head. Like back in the day, it's just funny how your imagination is as a child, because I swore up and down he had a hole in his head. Like I swore he did, but it wasn't really like that. But yeah, he did need stitches, but I mean, I don't know. But yeah, I guess that's it for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.